What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? Welcome back to Milieu Macabre as we continue building on the DL-44 blaster by Rubies. So we got a lot to get to today. I really want to get this finished. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on that. But I'm going to put that aside just for now because this right here has been bugging me. There's just something about the barrel that bothers the hell out of me, and I think it's this ramp because the actual weapon doesn't have it. So what I'm thinking about doing is grinding that away, okay, and then lowering this point here, because if you look at it, there's like this ledge that comes up, and on the real weapon it does that on both sides and then flattens out here. So here's what we're going to do, because I want to work on this so badly. I'm going to do this real quick, and to give it some, stability, I'm going to put this bad boy in here, clamp it with some glue in there, and that way once I'm done with this we can come back to this. But I want this to sit and perfectly cure so we have a nice solid base to work with. So we'll take care of that first and then get it clamped up, and then we got to work on this bad boy here, and this is that part that needs to go up here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull some milliput out. Takes a couple hours to completely cure, maybe 24 hours fully, but in about 3 or 4 hours you can sand it and handle it to make this piece here. I'm going to try to find something for the hinges here. I know that's part of the mold of the gun, but we'll just have to simulate that somehow. So while this is clamped and drying, I'll get the milliput out and do that, and hopefully by the end of this video we'll have the hammer put on there. We'll have this piece ready to rock and roll, and then we can work on putting this on there, and then we'll call that a day. As you can see, I've already drilled the holes out. Not as even as I would like to have, but you do what you got to do. I really want to pull this thing apart and get this off. I want to fill some of the inside here so there's something for this to grip onto. And the other thing I'm noticing, if you look at where these little indents are, I have all of them, so this is going to be an easy fill. It's literally going to be just put some putty in there, and that's where this is going to come into play, because it's going to have something to rest on, and just sanding it smooth with the rest of it. So that's actually going to work out in my favor, and I have a nifty little surprise for the inside of here. It's nothing crazy like a light or anything, but I'm going to try to get this thing completely apart so I can at least fill some of this inside, just to give it some more stable, solid, whatever, and something more for this barrel to lock onto with some glue later on down the road when we finally pop it in. So let me get this all glued up, grind it down, and then I'll start working on this. So we get the hammer on there, and it's solid. It ain't going nowhere. This is just a piece from that G.I. Joe helicopter I just jammed in there. Fine, it looks fine. And then I realized this probably should be on the weapon before I make that piece, so I decided to put it together. I wish I had taken a picture of the inside before gluing this fucker down, because there was a big gap in there, so I had to put more hot glue and stuff. So what I did was I cut a couple logs of hot glue, laid them in there, melted glue around it, and just kept slowly lifting it up until this would sit nicely. And then of course I glued it here and down here, and I squirted some more under there to hold on to it. So that's nice and solid. So this thing's hot glue-a-palooza, biatches. That's in there. I put a little bit of paint on this and this for the same reason I did down here. Once this thing gets painted, I don't want yellow showing through the muzzle. So it's just preliminary. So don't worry about how messy that is. So I need to work on getting this cut down. Oh God, I'm gonna have to fill all that, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that as long as I can make this part look good, and that's really all there is to it. So I'm just gonna let everything sit for a few minutes. And it's starting to come along. I'm kind of almost digging it. Yeah. Oh, you want to see something else that's cool? When we were at Disney, girls got to put together their own droids. I'm opening this up because I want you to see this. Alright, this is the one Lillian made. I think that's pretty cool, huh? But she named it MAR-08, M-A-R-08, because that's my birthday. And she knows I love Star Wars. How sweet of a kid is that? Just for fun, I mounted the scope on there to get an idea what we're dealing with. I think we're actually on track. How cool is that? God bless America. Now I need to cut this thing down to go here. And if you ever wonder what I got playing in the background while I'm making these things, today it's Half in the Bag. Fuck movies. Or it's usually horror soundtracks. Alright, so I got all that grounded down, and it's pretty much where I want it to be. Oh, I forgot one little corner. That's alright, I'll just nub that off with a razor. So I can start working on the putty work here to get this pretty much blended together and everything. I may have created more work for myself than was necessary there in the filling, but it's not going to take much. And just a little bit of sanding, it'll be fine. I just think that looks better than that enormous bulbous thing sticking out. I just think it looks dumb. I put that little black round thing on there. I'm not liking it too much, but I think we're just going to leave it for now. If I find something better or something comes up, of course I'll pop it off. It'll be easy enough to do so. It's just in there with a little bit of super glue and, of course, hot glue. And, of course, I put hot glue in there, and that's completely filled with hot glue. High enough to where I can just patch it, again, with some putty. So, I'm going to start working on that right there. And notice I haven't done that yet. It's kind of like a thorn in my side right now. I got to clean that up, I know. Shh. Don't tell me what I need to do. I know. Yeah, I just wish I had a piece that would just go on there. But we'll get to it. I promise. So let me get to some of this putty work. And hopefully we'll be able to attach this bad boy pretty soon. Alright, preliminary putty work is done. Again, it's going to be sloppy because this stuff, I use this stuff at first because it's cheaper. It's much cheaper than, say, Milliput, or if you go with the Aves epoxy sculpt or anything, you know, the like. It's really good for filling in gaps real quick and then finessing it with an actual product you can work with. This stuff, you have about 4 or 5 minutes tops. So I got pretty much all the gaps filled that I want to for right now. I couldn't get in there. I might have to wait for some Milliput for that. But all this is filled in. Just a little bit of sanding to clean it up. This I left choppy on purpose so the Milliput will have something to grip onto. And then we'll smooth that off and make it look all nicey nice. And then I got to work on the other side. A little bit of fill in there. So that's where we're going to leave it today. In vain, I'm hoping to find something that'll go here. I just don't want to... I mean, if I have to sculpt something, I will. I'm not very good at sculpting, so... Not specific things. Like, I can kind of milk it and make something look like something, but if I have an idea what I want, it'll never get sculpted. So, what I'm going to do, just for fun, is I'm going to grab the other two pieces. We're going to put it on there and see what it looks like as a whole, and I'll probably just leave you with that. So here it is kind of put together. Just so you get an idea of where we're going with this bad boy. And I think we're pretty much almost there. I'm just going to do some finessing and clean up on the body. And then we can start working out the two other big pieces here. The scope and the muzzle. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this build. I'm having so much fun. Oh. See those two bags? That has candy in it. I think it's time to tax the children. I'm going to do that very thing as soon as I'm done with this video. So guys, go ahead and leave feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the Creep is positive. And yeah, let me know what you think. Are you enjoying this build? Do you want me to stop this shit? I'm digging it. I'm really having fun. I think once we get all the finesse work done, this thing's going to look pretty cool. So guys, hope you're doing well. Take care, and until next time, creep it real. And bye-bye.